Caitlin Clark had a memorable rookie season, but her WNBA playoff debut on Sunday is one she'd prefer to forget. The Indiana Fever star, 22, suffered a black eye after being poked in the eye by the Connecticut Sun's Dedonai Carrington during a three-point attempt early in the first quarter. Clark missed 10 of her first 11 shots, finishing the game shooting 2 for 13 from three-point range. Carrington got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me, Clark stated, per the Associated Press, not attributing her performance to the incident. I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down. Tough time for that to happen. I thought I got some really good looks. 3 pretty wide-open threes in the first half. You usually make. Clark, named the WNBA's Rookie of the Year on Saturday, scored only 11 points, far below her average of 19. 2 points per game during the regular season, as the Connecticut Sun defeated Indiana 93-69 to lead 1-0 in the best-of-3 playoff series. The rookie made just 23, 5% of her shots, compared to her regular season rate of 41, 7%. It was a frustrating postseason debut, Clark told reporters following the game. My shot felt like it was right there, Clark noted, according to the AP. It's so frustrating as a shooter when it won't go down for you. Indiana was close in the first half, but Connecticut established an 11-point lead by the end of the third quarter and pulled away in the fourth. We were right there. I felt like we just played a crappy game, Clark lamented afterwards, per USA Today. The flow was really bad. I don't know if that was the reffing. It was probably partly us because we struggled to get stops at times, but also the clock getting messed up. It was just one thing after the next. Fans online speculated whether Dedonai Carrington intentionally poked Clark in the eye, slowing video on social media to analyze the fast-paced play. Others compared this to a physical moment late in the third quarter when Clark seemed to retaliate, using her left arm to elbow Carrington in the face while being guarded, knocking Carrington's contact lens out and prompting a review from the ESPN broadcast team as play stopped for Carrington to find her lens. The two WNBA stars will meet again Wednesday night for Game 2 of their 3-game playoff series. The Indiana Fever's star rookie missed 10 of her first 11 shots, but ended with 11 points and 8 assists in the team's 93-69 defeat to the Connecticut Sun on Sunday. The AP's Rookie of the Year did not cite the early first quarter eye poke as a reason for her off night. Got me pretty good in the eye. I don't think it affected me, she stated. I felt like I got good shots. They just didn't go down. Tough time for that to happen. I thought I had some good looks. 3 open threes in the first half, you usually make. Clark's shooting difficulties persisted into the third quarter until the Fever called a timeout. The young star hit a chair on the bench in frustration. That seemed to motivate her as she then made her next 3 shots. Unfortunately for Indiana, Connecticut guard Marina Mabre heated up, scoring 11 of her 27 points in the third quarter, and the Fever could not recover. My shot felt like it was right there, said Clark, who ended the game 4 for 17 from the field, missing 11 of her 13 three-point attempts. It's so frustrating as a shooter when it won't go down for you. That's the worst part. We were close. I think we cut it to 8, but they came back and hit a 3 on us. I took on the challenge. Next game she'll come out firing, Bonner stated. Clark will have another opportunity Wednesday in Game 2, aiming to bring the series back to Indiana for a decisive third game Friday. The WNBA's single-season assist leader made her regular season debut in Connecticut back in May. She struggled in that game, too, missing 10 of her 15 shots. Despite this being a road game, like most of the season, the Fever had a strong fan presence in Connecticut, with an almost even split of the sellout crowd cheering for Clark and Indiana's positive plays. "Caitlin draws a lot of fans. She's amazing," said Mabray. "They can come see whoever they want, but at the end of the day, we're here to win a championship." Copyright 2024 Nexstar Media, Inc. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten, or redistributed. After leading Iowa to the national championship game, Clark was the expected top pick in the WNBA draft and subsequently won Rookie of the Year honors in the league. Fans filled sold-out venues, and millions viewed her journey on television. Clark's achievements significantly highlighted other women's sports leagues as well. A group of 74 sports journalists from the Associated Press and its members voted for the award. Clark received 35 votes. Olympic gymnast Simone Biles placed second with 25, and boxer Amanda Khalif was third with 4 votes. Clark is the 4th women's basketball player to receive the Female Athlete of the Year award since its inception in 1931, joining Cheryl Swoops, 1993, Rebecca Lobo, 1995, and Candace Parker, 2008-2021. I grew up a fan of Candace Parker and others before me, so being honored this way is special, and I am grateful, Clark stated in a phone interview. "It was a fantastic year for women's basketball and sports." Shohei Ohtani was named AP Male Athlete of the Year on Monday for the 3rd time. Clark set the NCAA Division I career scoring record for both men and women, finishing with 3,151 points and guiding Iowa to its 2nd consecutive national championship game. After her Hawkeyes lost to South Carolina for the title, Gamecocks coach Dawn Staley expressed gratitude to Clark, saying, "I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark for lifting up our sport." Despite Clark's success and the attention she has drawn to women's basketball, she is often central to debates and online negativity towards her and other players. Clark has distanced herself from this toxic discourse. Lobo has noted how well the 22-year-old Clark has managed the pressure and attention surrounding her. "I would say she's navigated it almost flawlessly. She hasn't had any major missteps or misspeaks, despite constant scrutiny," Lobo commented. "She's appeared to say and do all the right things, which is incredible given the level of attention and scrutiny. She hasn't tarnished her mild persona." As Clark dealt with praise and backlash during competition, it was challenging for her to fully appreciate her accomplishments over the past year. However, reflecting on the whirlwind experience, she values those who supported her along the way. "I'm thankful for the people I got to do it with," Clark remarked. "A year ago, I was still in the early part of my senior year. How quickly things change, and now I realize how great a college season it was." Iowa sold out all its games at home and away with Clark as the centerpiece. This momentum carried into the pros. Her number 22 jersey was widespread during her rookie season and will be retired at Iowa. "You'd be remiss not to recognize her fan base's intensity and the attention she garners with every action," said Indiana Pacers guard Tyrese Halliburton, frequently seen courtside at Clark's Indiana Fever games. "It's a unique kind of popularity. She ranks among the most popular athletes globally. It's no longer limited to women's sports. It's remarkable to witness, and she manages it with such poise." Clark noted she enjoys interacting with fans during games, typically taking a few minutes before and after to sign autographs. "For me, it's still enjoyable," she stated. "Whether it's 15 seconds, 10 seconds, or 5 seconds, it can significantly impact a young girl's and boy's life. Seeing fans excited an hour before the game is something I don't take for granted. That's amazing, and I hope it lasts." After a slow beginning to her WNBA career, Clark ultimately excelled. She set the single-game assist record with 19 and totaled 337 assists for the season, also breaking that record. Known for her long-range three-pointers, Clark was the fastest player to reach 100 threes in just 34 games, aiding Indiana in its first playoff appearance since 2016. Lobo, who won the AP Female Athlete of the Year award after leading UConn to its first national title, was present at the WNBA's launch 2 years later. The ESPN analyst views Clark's rise as extraordinary. She has drawn unmatched attention, both in the arena and in viewership, to a sport that deserved it but lacked it, Lobo stated. Nothing like this has ever occurred. That period from 1995 or 97 represented a small step forward. This is a huge leap ahead. I've never witnessed anything like this. The attention is greater than the sport has ever experienced. The WNBA has expanded significantly over the past year, particularly due to the emergence of rookie stars like Angel Reese, Cameron Brink, and notably, Caitlin Clark. Reports indicate that Clark has contributed to increased league viewership and record-breaking attendance, prompting plans to leverage her fame. The WNBA is not unaware of Clark's stardom and, according to sources, will eventually schedule a fever game abroad to benefit from her Q rating, Tom Friend wrote for the Sport Business Journal, as reported by Sports Illustrated. The Q score gauges the familiarity and appeal of a brand, celebrity, company, or product in the U.S. Privately, the strategy is to promote the Fever as America's team, Friend added. According to Tim Reynolds of the Associated Press, Indiana Fever games featuring Clark attracted an average of 16,084 fans, nearly double the 852 average at non-Fever games. The Fever also achieved a record with an average regular season attendance of 17,036 per game, totaling 340,715 fans, a franchise high. The Los Angeles Times reported that Clark's regular season games averaged 2 million viewers, a 200% increase compared to games she didn't play. Additionally, WNBA TV viewership experienced a 300% overall increase attributed to Clark, with Fever games representing 45% of the league's total broadcast value. Yes, the WNBA has held games outside of the United States previously. The 2023 and 2024 WNBA Canada Games occurred in Toronto and Edmonton, while the Atlanta Dream played a preseason game against the Great Britain women's national team in Manchester, England in 2011. Another WNBA preseason game took place in Monterrey, Mexico in 2004. Caitlin Clark is thriving financially despite her modest WNBA salary. On Wednesday, Sportico released its list of the highest-paid female athletes, ranking Clark at number 10, just behind Simone Biles. She was the only basketball player on the list, earning $1 million in 2024.